number of ways in which smaller or equal number of things are arranged or selected from a collection of things where the order of selection or arrangement is not important and called combination. So first of all, here we have to see that we don't require any kind of arrangement. We just have to select some things, and there is only and only selection and nothing else. We are not supposed to arrange the things, then combination is used. For example, if there are 16 players, and of those 16 players we have to select 11 players. Of those we have to select 11 players. That means we have to simply use combination. Permutation is not required because there is no need of arrangement. The statement is for only selecting the 11 players. So whenever there is selection, we are not supposed to calculate permutation. We only have to calculate combination. So similarly, whenever we form a committee, whenever we form a committee or a team or a group, that means there is only selection of those persons, of those players, and we are not supposed to give the arrangement. And at that point, we have to use the term combination. So how to solve combination and what are the formulas for solving the combination? So let us write and let us discuss some formulas for combination. Okay. Yes, welcome everyone. Good to see you here again. Great. So we will write the formula first. The first formula says NCR. Here N means what? The total number of things available. R is what? Out of those total, the number of things which we have to select, that is R. And this already we have discussed. And here N should be greater than equal to R. N is always greater than equal to R. So what is the formula for NCR? NCR is simply NPR divided by factorial R. NCR is NPR divided by factorial R. Or it can also be written as N divided by N factorial divided by N minus R factorial multiplied by R factorial. So this is the first formula. This is the basic formula which we are understanding for combination. Now let us take one example. If we have to calculate 8p2, then what we did, we simply multiplied 8 into 7. That means it is 56. But for combination, what we have to do? For combination, that is 8c2, we have to write 8p2 divided by factorial 2. So how much is 8p2? It is 56, and then dividing by 2, it becomes 28. So in this way, we can calculate combination. So 8c2 is equal to 28. Or we can calculate by this other formula also, that is factorial n. We can write factorial n, that is 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 2 factorial, and then multiplied by 2 factorial. Okay, so this is the way. Now we can open up. 8 factorial can be written as 8 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 2. Now here we can cancel 6 factorial. So what is left? We are again left with 28. Okay, so in this manner we can calculate combination. Okay, yes. Now someone is asking, I'm getting confused in permutation combination. Yes, we will clear all your doubts regarding where to use permutation and where to use combination. So whenever we talk about permutation, permutation means arrangement. Permutation means arrangement. Whenever we have to arrange some things, then permutation is used. But when we have to just select the things, there is no need of arrangement, then we have to use combination, right? So you can write this thing: if there is arrangement, if there is arrangement, we have to use permutation. And when it is selection only, then we will use combination. Selection, combination, arrangement, permutation. Okay. Now, second thing which we will write here, that is NC0. What is NC0? If we apply the formula, it is factorial n divided by n minus 0 factorial multiplied by 0 factorial. So it becomes n factorial divided by n factorial, and 0 factorial is 1. So we are left with only 1. So what is the conclusion here? NC0 is equal to 1. NC0 is equal to 1. If we are calculating NC1, then what will we get? NC1, n factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial, and then multiply by 1 factorial. Now what we can do? We can open n factorial as n multiply by n minus 1 factorial dividing by n minus 1 factorial. Here we can cancel these two. So we are left with n. So NC1 is equal to n. NC1 is equal to n. So if we are calculating 10C1, we will get 10. If we are finding 8C1, we will get 8. If we are finding 12C1, we will get 12, right? So in this way, we can calculate combination. Now we will calculate one more thing, that is NCN. How to find NCN and what is the result of NCN? So again, applying the same formula, n factorial divided by n minus n factorial, and then multiplying by n factorial. So what we are getting? N factorial got cancelled. So we are left with only 1. So NCN is also equal to 1. So hence we can conclude these results as NC0 is equal to 1. NC1 is equal to n, and NCN is equal to 1, right? So these are the results which we have to remember. Now the next most important formula is NCR is equal to NC n minus r. NCR is equal to NC n minus r. So this is again one of the most important formula. Now how to use this formula and when is the requirement to use this formula? Let us understand. See, if we have to calculate 8C6, what we will do? We will write 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 6 factorial, and then multiplied by 2 factorial, right? This is one of the method. So divided by 6 factorial here. So how much we are getting? We are getting 8 factorial upon 2 factorial and multiplying by 6 factorial. So 8 into 7 into 6 factorial upon 2 into 6 factorial. Now this got cancelled and we are getting 28. Now what is the another way? If we calculate 8C 8 minus 6, what will happen if we calculate 8C 8 minus 6? That means if we are calculating this NC n minus r, if we calculate this, what will happen? Let's see. It is equal to 8C2, and 8C2 can be written as 8 multiplied by 7 divided by 2 into 1. Divided by 2 into 1. So this is 28. So what we have found here, 8C6 is equal to 8C2. 8C6 is equal to 8C2. Similarly, we can take some more examples like 10C7. So 10C7 will be equal to which number? It will be equal to 10C 10 minus 7. That is, we can write it as 10C3. We can write as 10C3. So 10C7 is equal to 10C3. Now how to calculate in the shortest manner? So 10C3 can be calculated as, see here what is written 3. So we have to write 3 numbers in reverse order from 10. We have to write 3 numbers in reverse order from 10 as we did in permutation. 10 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 8 and then divided by what is written here 3. So we have to multiply 3, 2 and then 1. That's it. Now we can cancel them. So what we are getting 120. This is 10C3. So 10C7 and 10C3 both are same. Both are same. Similarly, if we have to calculate 100C98, what we will do? We will not calculate this big number. We will do simply 100C. 100 minus 98 is 2. So we will simply calculate 100C2. And how to calculate this? 100 multiplied by 99 divided by 2. So simply we can calculate in this manner. So these were the basic formulas for combination. Okay. Now let us understand one property here. The next property which is here, if NCX is equal to NCY, if NCX is equal to NCY, then what we can conclude here? We can write it as N is equal to X plus Y. When these two are equal, we can say that N is equal to X plus Y. Just as we did above, 8C6 is equal to 8C2 because from both of them we are getting the value 28. So these both are equal. So we can conclude that what is N? N is 8. What is X? X is 6. What is Y? Y is 2. So 8 is equal to 6 plus 2. So again it is 8. So we can write it as if NCX is equal to NCY, that means N can be calculated as X plus Y. So this property will be helpful while solving some of the questions. Like say, if there is a question, 20CR is equal to 20CR plus 6. Then find the value of R. Find the value of R. This is the question. 20CR is equal to 20CR plus 6. Find the value of R. So we know that N is equal to X plus Y. So 20 is equal to R plus 6. So we can add both of them. This is R and this is R plus 6. We have added them. So what we will get? We are getting 14 is equal to 2R. So R will be 14 by 2, that is 7. 7 is the value of R. Okay. So when to use combination? Whenever we have to select some of the things, there is no need of arrangement. At that point, we have to use combination. Now let us take some example. There are 52 cards, or we can say there is a deck of cards. There is a deck of cards. One deck means we are having 52 cards. And if we have to select 4 cards, what are the number of ways of selecting 4 cards? Okay, we have to find number of ways in which 4 cards can be selected. So number of ways in which 4 cards can be selected. We are not talking about arrangement, just selection. So we will write 52C4. 52C4, and it can be opened as 52 into 51 into 50 and then 49, divided by reverse order from 4, 3, 2 and then 1. So in this way we have to use combination. Okay, Nilesh is asking about what if x and y is not equal to n. See, we have done the property we have discussed here that NCR is always equal to NCN minus R. So because of this, that property will always exist. When we are comparing these two, see, we will get N is equal to R plus N minus R. R is getting cancelled, so it is equal to N. So always this property will get followed. So N is equal to X plus Y. Ravindra is asking what if we have to select as well as arrange 4 cards. See, if you have to arrange the 4 cards, then we will write 52P4. That means we have selected and then we have arranged. So at that point, we will write 52P4. But just we have to distribute. We have to just select the cards. There is no need of arrangement. At that point, we will use combination. So that is why 52C4. Now let us discuss example number 3 first. A committee is to be formed of 3 persons. Committee of 3 persons is to be formed out of 12. Find the number of ways of forming such committee. In how many ways we can form the committee? In how many ways we can form the committee? So what we have to do here, there are in total 12 persons. We know that there are 12 persons, so n is equal to 12. Out of those 12, we have to select 3 persons. Out of 12, we have to select 3 persons. So r is equal to 3. And the question is clear. We have to select, we have to form the committee. That means there is no need of arrangement. So we will use combination 12C3. And it can be solved as 12 into 11 into 10 divided by 3, 2, 1. Now see how much we are getting. We can cancel this. We will get 220. So there are 220 ways to form a committee of 3 persons out of 12 persons. There are 220 ways in which this can be done. Right? Okay. Now let us understand one more question in bit detail. That is example number 4. A committee of 7 members is to be chosen from. So what is required? A 7 members committee is required. And we have to form this committee out of 6 chartered accountants, 4 economists, 5 cost accountants. So in total, we are having 15 persons. 6 are chartered accountant, 4 are economists, and 5 are cost accountant. In how many ways can this be done? If the question was this much, then what we will do? If only the question was this much, like we have to select 7 members out of those 15, then our answer would be 15C7. But this is not the question here. The question is saying now, in how many ways can be done if in the committee there must be at least 1 member from each group. There must be at least 1 member from each group and at least 3 chartered accountants. At least 3 chartered accountants are required and at least 1 from each group. So in how many ways we can form this committee? Now we have to select different things. What can be done? Like minimum requirement of CA is 3. In total, how many chartered accountants are there? 6. In total, economists are 4 and cost accountant are 5. The committee of 7 is to be formed. So if we take just 3 chartered accountants, what will happen? So still we are left with 4 more members. What we can do? We can select 2 economists, 2 cost accountant. If there are 4 chartered accountants, we can use 2 economists and 1 cost accountant. Again, if there are 4 chartered accountant, we can take 1 economist and 2 cost accountant. So in this way, we can make different combinations. Also, when there are 5 chartered accountants, 1 economist and 1 cost accountant. Similarly, 3 chartered accountant, we can take 3 economists and 1 cost accountant, and 3 CA, 1 economist and 3 cost accountant. So these are the all possible combinations, because we have to make a committee of 7. We have to make a committee of 7, right? So because of that, we have to make different combination, and we have to fulfill all the condition, because chartered accountant must be minimum 3 and other members must be minimum 1. So these are the possibilities. Now we can solve all the possibility. When we solve the first part, what is there? We have to select 3 chartered accountant out of 6. So 6 C3. Also we have to select 2 economists out of 4. So 4 C2. Also we have to select 2 cost accountant out of 5. So we are writing 5 C2. And since we have to select all 3 of them, so we will multiply them. And now we can solve this. 6 C3 is how much? 6 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 4 upon 3 to 1. Then 4 C2 is 4 into 3, 2 into 1. Then 5 C2. So in this way we can solve this, and we are getting 1200 from the first part. Similarly, from second, we have to select 4 chartered accountants. So 6 C4, then 2 economists, and then 1 cost accountant. Similarly, in third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, we have to select all these persons. So we are basically finding out the number of ways in which this can be done. So from first we are getting 1200, from second 450, then 600, 120, 400, and then 800. So out of these, which will actually occur? We can say that any one can happen. Any one out of these can happen. So what we have to do? We have to add all these possibilities. So either first combination will be there, or second, or third, or fourth, or fifth, or sixth. So whenever there is or, we have to use the addition rule. So that is why we are adding all the possibilities, and the final answer is 3570. Final answer is 3570. Okay. So now there might be some confusion among students that what is the difference between selection and arrangement. Like say there are 3 persons, yellow, green, and red. There are 3 persons, and a committee of 2 persons is to be formed. If we are saying a committee of 2 persons is to be formed, what we will do? We will simply select 2 members out of 3. It is 3 C2, and 3 C2 is simply 3. It is 3, because we can select yellow and green, then we can select green and red, and then we can select red and yellow. So these are the 3 possibilities when we are talking about combination. But when we are talking about permutation, that means these, like if we take the example of photograph, there are 3 persons going to a studio. In how many ways they can be photographed? In how many ways they can be photographed? So at this point of time, we have to make arrangements. We have to make arrangements. So if we want to photograph two persons, then what will happen? Then we will write 3p2. If all the three persons, then we will write 3p3. What is 3p3? It is factorial 3, which is equal to 6. Which is equal to 6. So here we have to make the arrangement. Like first one is yellow, then second one is green, and third one is red. This is the first arrangement. Similarly, if first is red, then second is green, and then third one is yellow. So here we have to arrange them, that who will come on the first position, who will come on second, and who will come on third. So whenever we have to arrange their places, at that point of time we have to use permutation. But when there is no need of arrangement, we just have to pick any of them, any two or any three of them. That means there is no need of using permutation, right? Like if there are three persons and we have to select all three of them, what will happen? If there are three persons and we have to select all three of them, that means we will write 3c3, and 3c3 is equal to 1. But when we are talking about their photograph, that means there is some kind of arrangement, and in arrangement we will write 3p3, which is equal to 6. So this is the basic difference between the combination and permutation. In combination, we are just selecting three persons out of three. There is only one way. But in permutation, there are 6 ways of arranging them. There are 6 different ways in which we can arrange them and we can take photograph. Okay, so this is the basic difference. So for example number 4, we have to solve in this manner only. There is no shortest way possible here, because this is like case-based question where we have to form all different kinds of cases and then solve. So there is no other trick to solve this question, right? Okay. Yes, Pragya, you are asking about that question which is from the additional question bank. But first of all, we will complete this topic, and after that we will take other doubts, right? Now, let us take example number 5. A person has 12 friends. A person is having 12 friends, of whom 8 are relatives. In how many ways can he invite 7 guests? He has to invite 7 guests, of which 5 of them must be relative. 5 must be relative. So in total, there are 12 friends. Out of 12, relatives are 8 and other persons are 4. Other persons are 4. Now we want to invite 7 persons. We have to invite 7 persons, and out of those 7, out of those 7, 5 must be relative. That means out of 8, we have to select 5. Total is 7. Then how much is required from this other portion? We have to invite 2 of them. We have to invite 2 of them. So in how many ways can this be done? So out of 8, we have to select 5. We will write 8C5. Out of 4, we have to select 2. So 4C2. Since we have to invite both of them, that means both of the groups we have to invite. So we will multiply here. So 8C5 multiply by 4C2. Now how to solve 8C5? 8C5 can also be written as 8C3. So 8C3 means 8, 7, 6 upon 3, 2, 1. Similarly, 4C2. Now we can simplify this. What we are getting? 8 into 7 into 6. We are getting 336. So these are the number of ways in which we can invite our friends and relatives. Okay. Now solve example number first, please. Okay. Yes, we will take all the examples. Don't worry. Now we are coming towards next question, next example, example number 6. A company wishes to simultaneously promote two of its 6 departmental heads to assistant manager. To assistant manager. So company wants to promote 2 persons out of 6 persons. In how many ways can this be done? So when we are talking about promotion, so there is no need of arrangement like who will be promoted first or second, because company want to promote 2 of them. So there is no question like who will be promoted first and who will be promoted second. We have to simply select 2 of them. So out of 6, we have to select just 2. So we will write 6C2. So 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 2. So in total, there are 15 ways. 15 ways are there in which we can promote them. Now, the next question, it is very simple and very short question. A building contractor needs 3 helpers and 10 men applied. So he required 3 persons and 10 persons applied for the job. In how many ways can these selections take place? So here it is simple again. We have to select 3 persons out of 10. So we will write 10C3. 10 into 9 into 8 upon 3, 2, 1. So how many ways are there? We can cancel this and we are getting 120 ways. So in total, there are 120 ways in which 3 persons can get selected. Okay. This was example number 7. Now, next is example number 8. In each case, find the value of n. So here we have to do some calculations. In example number 8. Let us take A part first. What is the requirement? 4 multiplied by NC2 is equal to N plus 2 C3. N plus 2 C3. Now what we have to do, we have to apply simply the formula for combination. So 4 is written as it is. Now what is the formula for combination which we have discussed? I will write inside. NCR is equal to factorial n upon factorial n minus r multiplied by factorial r. This is the formula. So same formula we have to apply here. So what will come here? N factorial divided by n minus 2 factorial and then multiplied by 2 factorial is equal to n plus 2 factorial divided by n plus 2, we are adding 3 and then 3 factorial. We have to put minus here, n plus 2 and then minus 3 factorial. Okay, because it is n minus r. Now we can cancel some things and we can also open up this. So let us proceed further. 4 multiplied by n factorial can be written as n multiplied by n minus 1 and n minus 2 factorial divided by 2 multiplied by n minus 2 factorial is equal to we can open n plus 2 factorial as n plus 2, then n plus 1 n and n minus 1 factorial. And in denominator, we are already having n minus 1 factorial. So that's why we have extended the numerator till n minus 1 factorial. Multiply by 3, 2, 1. Now we can cancel these figures. N minus 2 factorial, n minus 1 factorial. So these got cancelled. Now what we have to do? We have to cross multiply and then solve. Also this 2 and 2 got cancelled. Now what is left with us? 4n minus 1 is equal to n plus 2, n plus 1, and then n. And then n. So this is left. Now what again we can do? We can cancel some more things. N and n got cancelled. So we can write here, and also we are left with in denominator 3. So what can be done? It is cross multiplying 12 n minus 1 is equal to n plus 2 and n minus 1. Here we will make the quadratic equation. So 12n minus 12 is equal to n square plus 3n plus 2. Now arranging it, n square minus 9n plus 14 is equal to 0. So we can factors them, n minus 2 and n minus 7 is equal to 0. Finally, we are getting n is equal to 2 and n equal to 7. So this is the value of n. So in this way, we can simplify. Swarnika is asking, if we use both the sign of factorial in one question, will the marks get deducted? So you don't have to write anything on the paper. Your paper is MCQ based. You simply have to fill the circle and that's it. Okay. So don't worry about your presentation. You simply have to do the correct calculation by proper method or the shortest possible method. Okay. So in this question, what basically we have done, we have applied the formula for combination on both the sides. And after that, we have done the cross multiplication, solve the quadratic equation, and we have got n as 2 and 7. Okay, so for those students who have not yet done the quadratic equation chapter, you can go through that first so that it would be easy for you to solve all kind of equations. And similar is the B part. So B part can be done by you very easily. Now let us take example number 9. You can try this example number 9 first. We will discuss this. A box contains 7 red, 6 white, and 4 blue balls. So this much are the number of balls. In total, they are 17. How many selections of 3 balls can be made so that all 3 are red? All 3 balls are red. So this we have to take care. So how many selection of 3 ball can be made so that all 3 are red? That means we have to select from red only. So there are 7 red balls and we have to select 3 out of 7. So 7C3. And we can solve as 7 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 3, 2, 1, 1. So how much we are getting? We are getting 35. So there are in total 35 ways to select the 3 red balls out of 7. Now, second part, none of them is red. So when we are talking about none of them is red, so there are in total 7 red, 6 white, and 4 blue balls. And out of these 17, red is not required. That means we have to select from the remaining 10 balls. We have to select from the 10 balls only. And from these 10, we have to select 3 balls. So we are writing 10C3. 10C3. So we will get 120 ways. 120 ways. Okay. And C part says we have to select one ball of each color. That means one red ball, one white ball, and one blue ball. So in how many ways it can be selected? So 7C1, then 6C1, and 4C1, because we have to select one out of them. So we can multiply, we will get 7 into 6 into 4. That means 168 ways are there. In total, there are 168 ways in which we can select 3 balls of different color. Varshita is asking about how to open factorial n. See, Varshita, this we have discussed in the first lecture of permutation. You can go through it first because we have understood in all, like everything, all things in detail, like how to open 3 factorial, 10 factorial, n factorial. So all these were discussed in session number 1. You can go through that session. So we have done all the 3 parts from example number 9. Now let us take example number 10. This is a bit different question, but it is easy. And many times we get this kind of question in exams also. If 10PR is given, 10CR is also given, find out the value of R. So we have just discussed the formula NCR is equal to NPR divided by factorial R. This we have discussed. Now substituting the values, see what we get. 120 is equal to 6,04,800 upon R factorial. Now let us do some cross multiplication and see what we are getting. We are getting 5040. And now we know that 5040 is factorial of. It is factorial of 7. So 7 factorial is 5040. Hence R is equal to 7. R is equal to 7. So in this way we can calculate the value of R. Yes, Priyanka, you are sending the message. Are you getting my text? Yes, I am getting your this text only, which you are sending. Sneha is asking about in ninth B part, can we do it by subtracting red from the total? No, we cannot do that because we have to select simply 10 balls, and out of those 10, we don't have to select the red color. The color must be blue or white. So 6 plus 4 is 10, and simply we have to do 10C3. We don't have to calculate like 17C3 and then minus 7C3. So we cannot do that. But simply we can do in this way 10C3. Got it? So now, these properties were already discussed. Now, example number 11. Find R if 18CR is equal to 18CR plus 2. Now, which property to apply here? We have discussed one property, NCX is equal to NCY. If NCX is equal to NCY, this implies N is equal to X plus Y. N is equal to X plus Y. So same thing we can apply here. 18CR is equal to 18CR plus 2. We can say that 18 is equal to R plus 2. We can do in this manner. So what we will get? So we are getting 16 is equal to 2r. So r is equal to 16 upon 2, that is 8. 16 upon 2, that is 8. Okay, Priyanka is asking, in question number 9, why we have not added all the ways? Because these were three separate questions. These were three separate questions, and we don't have to add all these three questions because in first question it was written we have to select three red balls. So we have directly given the answer of selecting three red balls. In second, we were asked like what are the ways in which we cannot select the red ball. We have to select other balls which are not of red color. So we have done that by 10C3, and similarly the third portion. So all these three portions were independent, and there were three questions, not one. Yes. So R is equal to 8. And this answer is given by Rajshri Priyanka. Yes, you are correct. Now, now we will do some different question first. Now you have to put some heading. Just give a heading for division in a group. Division in a group. So when we are talking about something like we are having some units and we have to distribute them among different groups, then how it can be done? Like for example, there are 4 players and we have to distribute 52 cards among them. We have to distribute 52 cards among them. Then in how many ways it can be done? In how many ways it can be done? So how to do that? Division in a group. That means there are 4 players and we have to divide all the cards among them. So what are the total possible ways in which it can be done? Right? So we can do it as 52 factorial because we are having 52 cards divided by 13 factorial, 13 factorial, 13 factorial, and then 13 factorial. 52 factorial divided by 13 factorial into 13 into 13 and then into 13. This is required to be done. But when we are talking about simply like we can even arrange them. Like here we have distributed the cards. We have distributed the cards. Now player cannot exchange their cards. Player A, B, C and D. A have got 13, he can arrange himself. B have got 13, he can arrange. C can arrange himself. But they cannot exchange their cards. They cannot exchange their cards. But when we are talking about simply arrangement into 4 parts, there is a deck of cards and we have to arrange them into 4 parts, then how it can be done? It can be done in 52 factorial divided by 13 factorial 4 times, and then we will write also factorial 4. Factorial 4 because we can divide them, we can distribute among themselves, we can exchange the cards in different arrangements. So that is why it is 4 factorial. So whenever there are players or there are teams or there are some persons in which we are dividing some units, then we simply have to apply this thing. But when we are simply arranging and there is no need of person, we are not distributing something to person, then we can apply this factorial 4. If there are 4 persons. If there are 3 persons, we will use 3 factorial, and for 2 persons, of course, we will write 2 factorial. Let us take one more example. If there are 12 students and we have to select, we have to make 3 groups out of them for a quiz competition. We have to select 3 of them for the quiz competition. In how many ways this can be done? So first of all, there is 12 factorial divided by 3 groups, 4 factorial, 4 factorial, and then 4 factorial. Now, since we are simply selecting here, then we can even exchange the students in the group. So we will write factorial 3. We can write here factorial 3. But if we are told that we have to send all these group to different colleges, one group will be sent to college A, second will be sent to college B, and third will be sent to college C. So if they are different colleges, then we cannot exchange them. We cannot change the group. At that time, we will write 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial, 4 factorial, and then 4 factorial. So this is the only difference which we have to notice here. So whenever there is a chance that we can arrange among different groups, then we will multiply with this additional factorial. And when there is no chance that we can exchange them, then we don't have to multiply by this additional factorial. Okay. Great. थर्टीन फैक्टोरियल से डिवाइड क्यों किया? बिकॉज यहाँ पर हमने कितने कार्ड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए हैं? 52 कार्ड्स अवेलेबल है and we have to distribute among 4 persons. So 52 divided by 4 is equal to 13. तो इसलिए हम सबको 13 कार्ड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे एंड वो अपने अपने आपस में अरेंज कर सकते हैं 13 कार्ड्स को. So that is why we have written 13 factorial here. Okay. Now let us take the next example. So next concept. See, there are 3 points in a plane. If there are 3 points in a plane, how many lines will be drawn? How many lines can be drawn? So whenever we are talking about drawing a lines, so for drawing a line, we require 2 points. 2 points are needed for a line. So when we are having 3 points, so how many lines will be drawn? So we can note here 1, 2, and then 3. So 3 lines are drawn in case of 3 points. When there are 3 points, then 3 lines are drawn. What happens when there are 4 points? 1, 2, 3, and 4. If there are 4 points, how many lines will be drawn? How many lines will be drawn? So we can connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here 6 lines are drawn. So when there were 3 points, 3 lines were drawn. When there are 4 points, 6 lines are drawn. Similarly, points can be 5, 6, 7, and so on. So what is the way to calculate this? So there is a simple concept, like if there are n points in a plane, if there are n points in a plane, then the number of lines drawn, or the number of lines which can be drawn, is equal to NC2. What is the formula? It is simply NC2. If there are n points, we have to select 2 of them. If there are 5 points, 5C2, 10 points, 10C2, 3 points, 3C2. Okay, so if there are 3 points, we will write 3C2, and 3C2 is equal to 3. If there are 4 points, we will write 4C2. That means 4 multiplied by 3 upon 2, that is 6. Similarly, if there are 5 points, we will write 5C2. So 5 into 4 upon 2, that is 10. So in this way, we can find out the number of lines which can be drawn. Number of lines which can be drawn. Okay, understood this concept? Okay, Chandan is asking about to use some Hindi words. Yes, Chandan. So यहाँ पर हम बात कर रहे हैं लाइन की, लाइन को जिसे हिंदी में हम कहते हैं रेखा. तो एक रेखा बनाने के लिए आपको दो बिंदु की आवश्यकता पड़ती है. There are 2 points are required for drawing a line. एक रेखा बनाने के लिए दो बिंदुओं की आवश्यकता होती है. तो यदि एक एरिया में आपको दे रखे हैं, मान लीजिए 5 पॉइंट्स, 5 बिंदु दे रखे हैं, तो आप उसमें से कितनी रेखाएं बना सकते हैं? हाउ मेनी लाइन्स कैन बी ड्रॉन? तो हम क्या लिखेंगे? 5C2. 5C2 कितना हो जाएगा? इट विल बी इक्वल टू 10. ओके चंदन, got it? Okay, Shreya is asking a doubt why we have multiplied by 3 factorial there. So since there were 3 groups in the previous question, there were 3 groups, that is why we have written 3 factorial. There were 3 groups, that is why we have multiplied by 3 factorial, because we can interchange them, or like we can change some of the students from any of the group. So that is why we have written 3 factorial. So this is the concept for drawing lines. Now we can take one more example. If points are in such a way, like this is 1 point, second, and then third point. Now how many lines are drawn? These are 4 points. If you draw a line, how many lines will be drawn? See, 1, then 2, 3, and 4. So here there were 4 points, and lines are also 4. So what is the difference? Here the main difference is 3 points are in a line. That means 3 points are collinear. 3 points are collinear. So whenever some points are collinear, we have to rearrange our calculation. We have to recalculate the things. Okay? If we have to recalculate the things. So we can write it down. If there are n points in a plane, there are n points in a plane of which m points are collinear. M points are collinear. Then number of lines is equal to, NC2 minus MC2 plus 1. NC2 minus MC2 plus 1. Okay, so there are n points in a plane of which m points are collinear, then number of lines is equal to this. Now we can apply this method into this question. Like if there are 4 points in a plane and of which 3 points are collinear. 3 points are collinear. So how many lines will be there? We will write 4C2 minus 3 points are collinear, so 3C2 and then plus 1. So 4C2 is how much? It is 4 into 3 upon 2 minus 3C2 is 3 and then plus 1. So we are getting 6 minus 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4, and 4 lines were there in the above figure. So this is the formula when the points are collinear. When the points are collinear, NC2 minus MC2 plus 1. Priyanka is asking always divided by 2 होगा combination में? No, always 2 नहीं होगा. If there is 4C2, that is why we are dividing by 2. अगर 4C3 होगा, then what we will do? 4 into 3 into 2 divided by 3, 2 and then 1. So this is the way to open the combination. Okay, so it depends on the value of R. Whatever is the R, accordingly that factorial will come into the denominator. Let us try one more question here. If there are 10 points in a plane and out of 10 points, 3 points are collinear. Out of 10 points, 3 points are collinear. How many lines will be drawn? How many lines will be drawn? So we can write as 10C2 minus 3C2 plus 1. So what is 10C2? 10 into 9 upon 2 minus 3 and then plus 1. So 45 minus 3 plus 1. We are getting 43. 43. So these were the two things for calculation of number of lines. Now we will talk about number of triangles. How many triangles can be formed? Mohok is asking again about the matrices is in our syllabus or not. So as we have already discussed, matrices determinants is not into our syllabus. So of course you are not supposed to study that. Okay, dear. Priyanshu Agarwal is saying, I like your teaching style. Thank you very much. Great. So this is the answer. Now let us move to the next concept, which is number of triangles. How to count that number of how many triangles will be formed? How many triangles will be formed? So number of triangles. So if there are n points in a plane, then number of triangles is equal to. So for making a triangles, how many points are required? We require 3 points. So we will write NC3. NC3. If there are n points in a plane, the number of triangles will be NC3. So if there are 3 points, how many triangles will be formed? 3C3, that is 1. If there are 5 points, then how many triangles can be formed? 5C3. 5C3. And 5C3 is equal to 10. 5C3 is equal to 10. So when we are So here, when we are talking about number of triangles, the formula says it is equal to NC3. It is always equal to NC3. So when there are 5 points, we can write as 5C3. And 5C3 is equal to 10. 5C3 is equal to 10. So 5 into 4 divided by 2, it is equal to 10. Okay. So these are the number of triangles. But what will happen if there are some points which are collinear? If some points are collinear, then what will happen? So we can again write it down here. If there are n points in a plane, of which m points are collinear, of which m points are collinear. Collinear means all those points are into a straight line. If those points are into a straight line, then what will happen? Then what will happen? So we will apply the formula NC3 minus MC3. NC3 minus MC3. So if there are, let us say, 6 points, of which 3 points are collinear. 3 points are collinear. So what will be the result? 6C3 minus 3C3. Now what is 6C3? It is 6 into 5 into 4 upon 3 into 2 into 1 minus 1. So we are getting 20 minus 1, that is 19. So there are in total 19 triangles. When there are 6 points and of which 3 are collinear, then 19 triangles can be formed. Okay. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. You're giving very like good comments. So thank you so much for this. Okay, understood here. So these are the number of ways in which the triangle can be formed. Now let us talk about the number of diagonals. Number of diagonals. How many diagonals can be formed? Number of diagonal. Now for making a diagonal, again, how many points are required? See, if this is the figure, then for making a diagonal, how many points are required? We just need 2 points. Like this is the first point and this is second point, we can connect them. Only 2 points are required for a diagonal. Again, here also 2 points are required for a diagonal. So how many diagonals can be formed? How many diagonals can be formed within a figure? So what is the formula? We will write the formula as NC2 minus N. It is NC2 minus N. Or it can also be written as N multiplied by N minus 3 divided by 2. We can use any of the formula, both are same. If we simplify NC2 minus N, we will get this result. So both the formula is same. So if there are 4 points, how many diagonals will be formed? If there are 4 points, how many diagonals will be formed? We will write as 4C2 minus 4. 4C2 is how much? 6 minus 4, that is 2. So when there are 4 points, 2 diagonals will be formed. Okay. And the second one, N is 4, 4 minus 3 divided by 2. Again, how much we are getting? 2. So again, 2 diagonals are formed. So when there are 4 points, 2 diagonals are formed. Now you have to calculate for the 5 points. Come on. Calculate for the 5 points and answer. Calculate for the 5 points and answer. Come on. Five points. How much we will get? So we are getting 5C2 minus 5. How much is 5C2? 5C2 is 10 minus 5. So it is equal to 5. So when there are 5 points, 5 diagonals will be formed. When there are 5 points, 5 diagonals will be formed. Okay. Now, if the question says, if there is octagon, how many diagonals will be formed? In case of octagon, how many diagonals will be formed? So octagon means what? Octagon is a figure which is having 8 sides, which is having 8 points. So when there are 8 points, then how many diagonals will be formed? So it will be 8C2 minus 8. How much is 8C2? 8 into 7 upon 2 minus 8. It will come 20. It is simply 20. Okay. So in this way, we can find out the number of diagonals. Yes, many of you have given the correct answer. Tejas, Pragati, Kanishka, Priyanka, all of you have given the correct answer. Also, Priyanshu, Shreya, Mitra, Rajri, Vishnudev, then Ritesh, Anjana, Shubhrai, Rajri, Tanushri. Great. Your answers are correct. Amazing. Most of you have given the correct answer. That's great. That's great. Okay. So let us come to the next concept, which says the number of parallelograms. How many parallelograms can be formed from the lines? So if there are some lines, like there are 4 horizontal lines and 4 vertical lines, so 3 vertical lines, then how many parallelograms will be formed? How many parallelograms or how many such kind of figures will be formed? This we have to calculate. So now there is a simple formula, that is NC2 multiplied by MC2. That is number of lines which are horizontal, the number of lines which are vertical. We have to simply put this and calculate. So how much is horizontal line? 4. So 4C2 multiplied by vertical lines 3C2. So 4 into 3 upon 2, and this is simply 3. So how much we are getting? 6 into 3, that is 18 parallelograms will be formed. So 18 can be formed. Like this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after this 6, if we like delete some lines, then this whole will be the parallelogram. If it delete this line, then this whole will be the parallelogram. If this got deleted, then this will become the parallelogram. That means in such a way, there are MC2 multiplied by MC2 parallelograms. So we have written number of parallelograms. The formula is NC2 multiplied by MC2. NC2 multiplied by MC2. Okay. So these are the different concepts which we have discussed here. Now let us do some questions. Yes, we will do this example number 4. A man has 5 friends. A man is having 5 friends. In how many ways can he invite one or more of his friend to dinner? So whenever there is a question which is asking like at least or one or more, one or more than one. Whenever a question is saying this thing, at least one or one, yeah, more than one, it is saying that means what we have to do, we have to apply this NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2 and so on up to NCN is equal to. This is always equal to what? 2 to the power n. When we are talking about NC0, NC1, NC2, when we add all of them, what we get? We get 2 to the power of n. But what we are asked now, we are asked one or more, or at least one. At least one means R can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on up to n. So this 0 portion will be excluded. So this can be shifted to other side. It can be shifted to other side. So what will be on left hand side? NC1, NC2, NC3, and so on up to NCN is equal to 2 to the power n minus what is NC0? NC0 is equal to 1. So this is the standard result. This is the standard result whenever we are talking about selecting at least one or one or more than one, then we have to apply this concept 2 to the power of n minus 1. And same thing we will apply in this question. A man has 5 friends. In how many ways can he invite one or more of his friend to the dinner? So what can be done? 2 to the power of n minus 1, that is 2 to the power of 5 minus 1. There are 32 minus 1, 31 ways. He can invite his friend into 31 ways. Okay, there are 31 ways. रेखा इज आस्किंग बुक में ये पॉइंट्स वाला टॉपिक गिवन नहीं सी बुक्स में जो सारे क्वेश्चन वो क्वेश्चन की फॉर्मेट में आपको गिवन है तो मैंने उस क्वेश्चन में से कुछ चीजों को एक्सट्रैक्ट करके आपको डिलीवर कर दिया सो इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस राइट तो जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पैटर्न बनते हैं क्वेश्चंस के तो ये मैंने कॉन्सेप्ट वहां से एक्सट्रैक्ट करके आपको डिलीवर किया है सो इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड टू राइट डाउन इनटू द फॉर्मूला फॉर्मेट. So whenever we are talking about at least one or more than one, then we will apply the formula 2 to the power of n minus 1. So this is the shortcut. If we want to solve it by the complete method, that means we want to invite one or more friends. That means either he can invite one person, so we will write 5 to C1, or he can invite 2 persons, so it is 5C2, or he can invite 3 persons, or 4 persons, or 5 persons. Since it is or, then we have to add all of them. And on adding, what we will get? 5 plus 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 1. That means 31. So overall, we can do by any method, the answer will remain same. There are 31 ways in which he can invite his friends. Okay. So this was example number 4. Now let us do example number 5. There are 7 men and 3 ladies. 7 men and 3 ladies. Find the number of ways in which a committee of 6 can be formed. Of them, if the committee is to include at least at least two ladies are required into this committee. So see what we are given. We are having ladies as 3 and men are 7. We have to make a committee of 6 persons and at least 2 must be the ladies. So if we select two ladies, how many will be men? There will be 4 men because committee of 6 is required. If we select 3 ladies, then 3 men will be there. So is there any other possibility? No, there is no any other possibility. We cannot select one lady because the question said at least 2 ladies are required. So only there are 2 cases. Now we can solve them. We have to select 2 ladies out of 3. So it is 3C2 multiplied by 4 men out of 7, 7C4 plus. Second thing is 3C3 multiplied by 7C4. Now we can solve both of them. What we are getting? 3 multiplied by 35 plus 1 multiplied by 35. The total which we are getting is 140. So there are 140 ways in which this committee can be formed. In total, there are 140 ways. Okay, there is one doubt that why we have not taken NC0 in the above example or question. NC0 means no selection. And the question is saying we have to select at least one. So whenever we have to select at least one, the 0 portion will get excluded. NC0 gets excluded because we have to select at least one. So 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So 0 will get excluded. That's why we have not included it. Okay. Next is example number 6. Find the number of ways of selecting 4 letters. You have to focus on the word selecting. We just have to select. We don't have to make the number of words. We just have to select 4 letters from the word examination. So in examination, how many letters are getting repeated? So we can see that A is twice, I is coming twice, N is coming twice, and rest all are coming once. Right? Now what we have to do? We have to select 4 letters from the word examination. 4 letters. So the 4 letters can be like in which form? Out of the 4, it can be like 2 alike and other also 2 alike. Like we can select double A and double I, or double I and double N, or double N and double A. So if out of those 4 letters, there are pairs of 2, or it can be like 2 alike and 2 different, or it can be like all 4 different. So there are 3 different possibilities. If we talk about the first possibility, 2 alike. So we are having 3 combinations which are alike, and out of those 3 we have to select 2. So first part is 3C2, that is 3. Second part says 2 alike and 2 different. 2 alike, that means we will write 3C1 and then multiplied by 7C2. Okay, and all 4 different, that means in total we are having 8 different letters, and out of those 8 we have to select 4. So it is 8C4. Okay, so because it is the question for selection, we are using combination. We are using combination. So finally, we are getting 3 plus 63 plus 70, that is 136 ways. There are in total 136 ways. Now let us do some questions from exercise 5C. Exercise 5C. You can try question number 5 first. Question number 5. A person has 8 friends. A person has 8 friends. The number of ways in which he can invite one or more of them to his dinner. One or more. So he can invite to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and so on. So what is the shortcut method? 2 to the power of n minus 1. 2 to the power of n minus 1. So we can write as 2 to the power of 8 minus 1. So we are getting 255. 255. Okay. Now, 6.1. The number of ways in which a person can choose one or more of the 4 electrical appliances. There are 4 electrical appliances: TV, refrigerator, washing machine, and cooler. We have to select one or more. One or more. What will be the result? What will be the result? Come on, guys, you can answer. One or more. So 1 or more means 2 to the power of n minus 1. So 2 to the power 4 minus 1, it is equal to 15. All right. Now the next is question number 7. If NC10 is equal to NC14, then find the value of 25Cn. 25Cn. So see what is happening here. NC10 is equal to NC14, and we know that when both are equal, so n is equal to 10 plus 14, that is 24. This is the value of n. Now what is required? We are supposed to calculate 25Cn, that means 25C24. This we have to calculate. And what is 25C24 equal to? It is equal to 25. It is simply equal to 25. All right. Then we are trying question number 8. Question number 8. Yes, most of you have given the answer correct. Okay. Venom Siddharth is asking how to calculate 52 factorial in calculator. So you don't have to calculate 52 factorial because it is very much lengthy. Whenever the question is coming for such kind of figures, such lengthy figures, then the option will be based on this much only. It will be like similar to 52 factorial only. So it will not be completely solved. Otherwise, the value will become very much big and it will not come into your calculator. So you don't have to calculate 52 factorial in the calculator, right? It is too lengthy and it will not come on the screen. Okay. Now we will try question number 8. Out of 7 gents and 4 ladies of a committee of 5 is to be formed. 7 gents and 4 ladies. So how many persons are there? There are 11 persons. A committee of 5 is to be formed. The number of committees such that each committee includes at least one lady. At least one lady should get included. So how can we solve this kind of question? At least one lady is required. To see what are the number of ways. First can be one lady, and 4 gents. Second option, 2 lady, 3 gents. Third option, 3 lady, 2 gents. Fourth option, 4 ladies and 1 gents. So these are the 4 options. We can solve each of them and then we have to add. We will get the answer. Okay. All right. Now you can try question number 11. You have to try question number 11. There are 12 points in a plane, of which 5 are collinear. The number of triangles formed will be. How many triangles will be formed? There are 12 points in a plane. 5 are collinear. So n is equal to 12. M is equal to 5. Now you have to solve here. So for a triangle, what is the formula? NC3 minus MC3. So we can write 12C3 minus 5C3. How much we are getting? 12, 11, 10 upon 3, 2, 1 minus 5 into 4 upon 2 into 1. See how much we are getting? We are getting 220 minus 10. That is 210. So 210 triangles will be formed. 210 triangles will be formed. Okay. Now, question number 13 we are doing. Aditi is asking about binomial theorem. Yes, binomial is in our syllabus and we will do binomial chapter and it is already scheduled for us. So we will of course do this binomial portion also and this is in our syllabus. This is not excluded. 13. At an election, there are 5 candidates. See how many candidates are there? There are 5 candidates. And 3 members are to be elected. Out of those 5, we have to elect 3 members. A voter is entitled to vote for any number of candidates. Voter can vote more than one, but not greater than the number to be elected. Not greater than the number to be elected. That means voter can give how many votes? So we know that 3 members are to be elected. So voter can give 3 votes. Voter can give 3 votes. Okay. But 3 is the maximum limit. If he want, he can give 1 or 2 or 3. There is no compulsion to give 3 votes. He can give either 1 vote or 2 vote or 3 vote. That is maximum 3 votes. So the number of ways a voter can choose to vote is. So in how many ways he can vote? So he can give 1 vote 5C1 or 2 votes 5C2 or 3 votes 5C3. So 5C1 is 5, 5C2 is 10 and 5C3 is also 10. So in total there are 25 ways in which he can vote. There are 25 ways in which he can vote. Okay, got it? Now, there is again a question on parallelogram. Now you can understand it once again. Question number 15. The number of parallelograms that can be formed from a set of 4 parallel lines intersecting another set of 3 parallel lines. There are 4 parallel lines and another set of 3 parallel lines. How many parallelograms can be formed? So we have discussed it just now. That is NC2 multiplied by MC2. So we can write as 4C2 multiplied by 3C2. It will be 6 into 3. That is 18 parallelograms will be formed. 18 parallelograms will be formed. Okay. Now let us take the question number 16. We are taking question number 16. It will give more clarity to you, to all those concepts which we have discussed. Question number 16. The number of ways in which 12 students can be equally divided into 3 groups. So this is the question for division in groups. Division in groups. So 12 students are to be divided equally into 3 groups. So see what we have to do. First of all, we have to write in numerator, that is 12 factorial, because there are 12 students which are to be divided. Now they have to be divided into 3 groups. 3 groups, that means one group will comprise of 4 persons. One group means equal to 4 persons. We will write 4 factorial, 4 factorial, and then 4 factorial. So 4 factorial is for each group. Now the students can get interchanged. So since there are 3 groups, we can interchange them into 3 factorial ways. 3 factorial ways. So 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 4 factorial, and then 3 factorial. Okay. So since this is into groups, and we can easily interchange them. Now we can solve it. You will get the result. You can try this 12 factorial divided by 4 factorial, 4 and 4 factorial, and see how much you are getting. The final answer is 5,775. 5,775. Now, next is a similar question, but there is a bit small difference which we have to notice. There is a small difference in the next question. Okay. Rekha is also saying, sir, your teaching style is amazing. Thank you very much, Rekha. 17. The number of ways in which 15 mangoes can be equally divided among 3 students is. So here we have to divide 15 mangoes among 3 students. So if we are to divide 15 mangoes, each student will have how much mangoes? 5 mangoes each. 15 mangoes. तो हम per student कितने mango देंगे? 5 mangoes. So 5 mangoes will be given to A, 5 to B, and 5 to C. So when we are giving the mangoes, that student will not give his mango to any other person. He will keep it with himself. That means we cannot exchange them. We have given already. We have given 5 to A. We have given 5 to B. We have given 5 to C. Now there is no possibility to change. There is no possibility to rearrange. That means the result will be 15 factorial divided by 5 factorial, 5 factorial, and 5 factorial. Here we don't have to multiply with 3 factorial because we have distributed among different persons, among different players. So whenever there is a point of distribution among different players, different persons, or different teams, then we don't have to multiply with that factorial. Okay. So the correct answer is option number B. Correct answer is option number B. Okay, there is one question from Shreya. Why we have taken 2 as R in parallelogram, as parallelogram is having 4 sides? Yes. See, parallelogram is having 4 sides, but we are having parallel lines in vertical as well as horizontal format. So we are taking 2 from vertical and 2 from horizontal. So it will make automatically 4. Okay. We are selecting 2 from horizontal. We are selecting 2 from vertical. So 2 and 2 makes it 4. So that is why we have taken NC2 multiplied by MC2. Okay. Okay. Now, Nisha is asking about question number 14. Yes, Nisha. See, question number 14 is also very simple and interesting. Every two-person shakes hand with each other in a party, and the total number of handshakes is 66. The number of guests in the party is. See, whenever we are going to a party, what is happening? We always handshake with the other person, right? So we are shaking hand with the other person and other is also shaking with us, and this is overall counted as one. A is shaking hand with B, or we can say that B is shaking hand with A. But this is a common thing. We don't count it as two, it will be counted as one. A with B or B with A, right? So here, what we have to use? We have to again use the combination because we have to shake hands with different person. So if say there are 5 persons, 5 person, and they have to handshake among themselves, so how many handshakes will be there? So each person will shake hand with the other 4 persons, right? Other 4 person, he will not shake hand with himself. So what we have to do? We have to make different combination. Like first person will make handshake with others, then second with other, third with other, and so on. So here also we are doing the same thing. If there are n persons, if there are n persons, and out of those n, we have to select 2 persons at a time because 2 person will shake their hands. So NC2 is equal to 66. N is what? The total number of persons. And out of those persons, at a time, there are two persons who are doing the handshake. So NC2 is equal to 66. Now we can solve it by using the options. What is the first option? 11. If we try the first option, 11C2, it is equal to 55. Then what about the second option? Second option is 12C2. 12C2 means 12 into 11 upon 2. That is how much? 66. Yes, we are getting 66 from option number B. So 12 is correct. 12 is correct. Okay. Then Vishal is asking about question number 17 once again. Yes. See, Vishal, what we have to do here, the number of ways in which 15 mangoes can be equally divided among 3 students. So if there are 15 mangoes, we have to divide among 3 students. So each student will get how much? 5 mangoes, right? each of them will get 5 members. So out of 15, we have given 5 to A, 5 to B, and 5 to C, right? Now, since we have already given, they cannot interchange them. It cannot be interchanged. So that is why we have written 15 factorial divided by 5 factorial, 5 factorial, and 5 factorial. Okay. And whereas in question number 16, it was like the number of ways in which we are dividing the 12 students into 3 groups. So there we have divided 12 students into 3 groups. Since we have made the groups only, that is not a team, that is not going to a separate place, that is available with us only. So we can anytime interchange them. We can anytime interchange them. So that is why we have multiplied with 3 factorial. Okay. Now the next question is 19. Yes, 19 is a good question, a different question. Let us understand this. A committee of 3 ladies and 4 gents is to be formed. A committee of 3 ladies and 4 gents is to be formed out of 8 ladies and 7 gents. Mrs. X refuses to serve in a committee in which Mr. Y is a member. Mrs. X refuses to serve in a committee where Y is a member. So the number of such committees is, so how many committees will be there? We have to find out how many ways the committee can be formed. So what is the main condition here? The main condition is Mrs. X refuses to serve in a committee in which Mr. Y is a member. तो Mrs. X का यहाँ पर कहना है अगर Y कमेटी में रहेगा तो मैं कमेटी में नहीं रहूंगी. What is Mrs. X saying? अगर Y कमेटी में है तो मैं कमेटी में नहीं रहूंगी. Okay, like what we have like listened to a dialogue in some movies. या तो ये जिंदा रहेगा या मैं जिंदा रहूंगा. Similarly, या तो ये कमेटी में रहेगा या मैं कमेटी में रहूंगी. This kind of question is there. So this is 19. See what we have to do. If we try in the general way, how many ways will be there? Like total number of ways of selecting 3 ladies out of 8, 8C3, and 4 gents out of 4, 7C4. These are the total number of ways. See how much we are getting from this. 8C3 is 56 and it is 35. On multiplying, how much we are getting? 56 into 35 is 1960. These are the total ways. But now we have to exclude. We have to exclude some ways. So what we will subtract from here? We can subtract committee in which both X and Y are members. See, if both X and Y are the members, then what we have to do? Then what we have to do? So this is the case of always included. So there are 8 ladies and 7 gents. If Mrs. X is always included, that means she is already selected. Now we have to select from the remaining 7 ladies. Similarly, Mr. Y is already selected. Now we have to select from 6 gents because we have fixed them already into the committee. Mrs. X is fixed and Mr. Y is also fixed. Now we have to select the other persons. So for selecting the other persons, how many ways will be there? So we have to select 2 more ladies now out of 7. So it is 7C2. Then we have to select 3 more gents from the remaining 6. It will be 6C3. So now we can calculate as 7C2 is how much? 7 into 6 upon 2, 21. And 6C3 is how much? 20. So there are 420 ways in which both X and Y are into the committee, but we have to exclude this portion. So the required number of ways equal to 1960, the total, minus 420 in which both are available. So we will get 1540 ways. So in total, there are 1540 ways, 1540 ways in which Mrs. X will be there or Mr. Y will be there. Either Mrs. X or Mr. Y will be there. So this was question number 19. Now there is one doubt in question number 18. 8 points are marked on the circumference of a circle. So on a circle, there are 8 points marked. The number of chords obtained by joining these in pairs. Chord means what? Chord means when we are joining 2 points on a circle. It is known as the chord. Like this is a circle and there are 8 points marked on the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when we join 2 points, it is simply known as the chord. Like if we have joined these two, it is a chord. Similarly, if we join these two, it is also a chord. It is also a chord. So how many lines will be drawn? How many lines will be drawn? We have to see here. So first of all, we can see that are the points collinear here? क्योंकि हमें पता है सारे पॉइंट्स सर्कल में है, दैट मीन्स कोई भी पॉइंट कोलिनियर नहीं है, एक लाइन में लाई नहीं करते हैं, एक रेखा पर नहीं है, तो वो पूरे एक सर्कल के ऊपर आते हैं. तो जब एक सर्कल पे आते हैं, नो पॉइंट्स आर कोलिनियर, तो फिर कितनी लाइंस यहाँ पर बन पाएगी, कितनी लाइंस यहाँ पर बन पाएगी, ये आपको आंसर करना है. Now you can give the answer. It is very much simple. There are 8 points and 8 points से कितनी chords बन सकती है, कितनी lines draw हो सकती है. So you can write it as 8C2. 8C2. 8 into 7 upon 2. That is 28 chords. So there are 28 chords. Okay. Thank you very much, Pragya, for the good comments. Okay, question 19 is into demand once again. Let us understand question number 19 once again. A committee of 3 ladies and 4 gents is to be formed out of 8 ladies and 7 gents. Mrs. X refuses to serve in a committee in which Mr. Y is member. X ने कहा अगर Y रहेगा तो मैं कमेटी में नहीं रहूंगी. तो यहाँ पर हम फाइंड आउट कैसे करेंगे? सबसे पहले हमने फाइंड आउट किया कि कितने टोटल वेज हैं, जिसमें हम 3 लेडीज को सेलेक्ट कर सकें एंड 4 जेंट्स को सेलेक्ट कर सकें. तो जब हमने ये चेक किया तो देयर आर 1960 वेज जिससे हम कमेटी बना सकते हैं. उस कमेटी में 3 लेडीज होगी और 4 जेंट्स होंगे. तो 1960 वेज है हमारे पास. अब हम इसमें से कौन से केसेस माइनस कर देंगे? जब एक्स एंड वाई दोनों कमेटी के अंदर हैं, जब एक्स एंड वाई दोनों कमेटी के अंदर हैं, वो केसेस हम माइनस कर देंगे. तो जब दोनों कमेटी में हैं तो इसका मतलब हमने एक्स एंड वाई दोनों को ऑलरेडी सेलेक्ट कर रखा है. तो रिमेनिंग पर्सन्स को अब हमें सेलेक्ट करना है. तो 8 लेडीज में से मिसेस एक्स इज ऑलरेडी सेलेक्टेड, उनको हमें अलग से सेलेक्ट नहीं करना, वो पहले से सिलेक्टेड है. सिमिलरली 7 जेंट्स में से मिस्टर वाई ये भी ऑलरेडी सिलेक्टेड है, अलग से सेलेक्ट नहीं करना. तो रिमेनिंग पर्सन्स को हमें सेलेक्ट करना है. सो रिमेनिंग लेडीज आर 7 एंड इन 7 में से हमें 2 लेडीज को और सेलेक्ट करना है, तो इसलिए हमने लिखा 7C2. सिमिलरली 6 जेंट्स में से हमें 3 जेंट्स को और सेलेक्ट करना है, सो वी हैव रिटन 6C3. तो यहां से कितने वेज आ गए? 420 वेज ऐसे आ गए जिसमें x एंड y दोनों कमिटी के अंदर साथ में है। तो 1960 में से हमने सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दिया 420 को एंड वी आर गेटिंग 1540। सो 1540 वेज ऐसे हो गए जिसमें कमिटी में या तो x रहेगा या फिर y, दोनों साथ में नहीं आएंगे। ओके So this was the explanation. Now let me check what are the doubts. Now we can take one more question. Question number 3 from exercise 5D. We are taking this question. The number of different words that can be formed with 12 consonants and 5 vowels by taking 4 consonants and 3 vowels in each word. Now see, there are some questions in which we have to use permutation as well as combination. ऐसे कुछ क्वेश्चन होंगे जहां पर हमें दोनों को यूज करना है, परम्यूटेशन एज वेल एज कॉम्बिनेशन। कैसे करना है, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड विद दिस क्वेश्चन। द नंबर ऑफ डिफरेंट वर्ड्स व्हिच कैन बी फॉर्म्ड, हमें क्या बनाने हैं, डिफरेंट वर्ड्स बनाने हैं। किससे बनाने हैं, आउट ऑफ 12 कॉन्सोनेंट्स एंड 5 वॉवल्स बाय टेकिंग 4 कॉन्सोनेंट्स। out of these 12 consonants we have to select 4 consonants, and out of 5 vowels we have to select 3 vowels in each word. So see, in this question यहां पर दोनों रिक्वायरमेंट है। फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, 12 कॉन्सोनेंट्स में से हमें 4 कॉन्सोनेंट पहले सेलेक्ट करने हैं, 4 कॉन्सोनेंट्स सेलेक्ट करने हैं। तो फॉर सिलेक्शन क्या यूज करेंगे हम, कॉम्बिनेशन। सो वी विल राइट 12C4, दिस इज द कॉम्बिनेशन। वी आर सेलेक्टिंग 4 consonants out of 12. Now we are having 5 vowels, and out of 5 we have to select 3 vowels. 3 vowels we have to select. Now how can we select? In 5C3 ways. We can select in 5C3 ways. Okay, so earlier we have selected 4 letters and now we have selected 3. In total we have selected 7 letters. Now these 7 letters are used to form a word. Now these 7 alphabets can be arranged in how many ways? This can be arranged in 7p7 ways, that is factorial 7 ways. So what is the result? 12C4 multiplied by 5C3 multiplied by factorial 7. Multiplied by factorial 7. Now we can solve this. What is 12C4? 12, 11, 10 and 9 divided by 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5C3 is 5 into 4 upon 2 multiplied by 7 factorial. So how much we are getting? 4950 multiplied by 7 factorial. This is option number C. Okay, got it? So जहां पर भी आपको क्या करना है, सिलेक्शन करना है, हम यूज करेंगे कॉम्बिनेशन। तो हमने पहले 4 कॉन्सोनेंट को सेलेक्ट किया, फिर हमने 3 वॉवल्स को सेलेक्ट किया, सेलेक्ट करने के लिए कॉम्बिनेशन। अब जब आपने सेलेक्ट कर लिया तब उन अल्फाबेट्स को हम रीअरेंज कर सकते हैं टू फॉर्म अ वर्ड, और उससे हम 7p7 तरीके से अरेंज कर सकते हैं, और इसको हमने कर दिया मल्टीप्लाई। सो ओवरऑल देयर आर दिस मच नंबर ऑफ वेज।